Hi guys, I'm Kathy, growing over here in Glory's garden. Welcome. Okay guys, I'm out here in the garden this morning, and what I'm doing now, I am gonna harvest some of this kale. I'm gonna just go around and I'm gonna harvest the first side of the garden. I'm gonna harvest on the back, and I'm gonna harvest anything on the front, and I'm gonna save the other side of the garden for the grandkids. Janelle and Paris is here, and I'm gonna save the other side for them. I also want to show you what I did the first part of the garden this morning, or the first part of my morning out here in the garden. I hadn't been out here long. Is my fall tower. I call this my fall tower. And I did do a video, but once again, I didn't do something right. I didn't make sure that the little mic was on, child. So I was just over here talking and got a silent video. I will not be posting that. It's just going to be too much to voice over. I may do a little piece of it. But this is my fall tower here. And I'm going to just tell you, go ahead and tell you about it on this video. The sun is out now. Let me see, make sure that you can see the video, see it. This is my little fall tower. I call this my fall tower. I have, I bought each of these pieces on sale. Got each of these pieces on sale. These are colors, like this is the maple. They won't be making this maple color anymore. They won't be doing maple color anymore. That's the water reservoir. I think this right here is the green. They always have this color. This is the color. I don't know if y'all remember me saying it, that I love this color green, but I just didn't buy it in a tower because everything out here is always so green. I wanted something to give it a pop, but I did need a top to go over my water reservoir. So I have a maple water reservoir, and this is chocolate, and this is some kind of green. I'm not even sure what this green is called, but I do love this color, and I thought it made for a nice fall look. And what I've done with this tower is I pulled plants from around the garden that was that had from out of pots and raised beds that was overstuffed. I have every pocket in here filled. Some of the pockets are filled with onions because I had just grow bags and some of those small pots just filled with onions, because as you know, I had got the first time I got 50 of the red onion, then I got 50 of the yellow onion, then I went back and I got 50 more red onion, 50 more yellow onion. So that gave me 200 onions out here in this garden. So some places are just onion beds. And so I pulled, and they were overstuffed, so I pulled some of the onions and I put it in this greenstalk tower. I pulled some of the collard greens. Some pots I had 2 or 3 Georgia collards growing in one grow bag. So I pulled a couple of those out, leaving the biggest one in that particular pot so it could finish growing and give these other ones a chance to grow. I have 3 things that needed to be trellised up. And these are the trellises. I had 3 things that needed to be trellised up, so I have those done. I kind of spaced them out around here so they could have room to spread out if they need to. And those are one is a collard, one is a broccoli. I think 2 are collards and 1 is a broccoli. But I also brought things over here that looked like they were not doing well in the area that they were in. Hold on, I'm gonna turn you around. Like this is a some kind of collard green or something like that. It wasn't doing well where it was. It was being eaten up. This leaf is gone. Another leaf here was completely stripped. I took that off and I brought it over here to give it a chance to try to see if it could recuperate itself and do better. I did water these, and then I also did some banana water on them as well. So hopefully, you know, they look a little droop now. Hopefully they'll pop back up. This look a little droop. Hopefully it'll pop back up, get its spunk back, you know, a little shock from being pulled and moved. But I did take most of the soil that was with it and brought it over here. So I have onions in a lot of these pockets, and then I put my black magic kale in several other pockets around here. And like down there, I put several of those things here. But this is my candied Brussels sprout. I did end up moving one I had 3 over there in that raised bed. I moved one, and it also looked like it want to start making cauliflower. Last year, cauliflower did pretty good. I didn't get huge heads, but I did get heads of cauliflower, and that's called the candid cauliflower. So, and this is the back part of it. It doesn't have a spinner, so it's not able to spin, so we will walk around. So you see I have onion in every other pocket, hopefully to deter pests. So far that hasn't really worked, but I did clip them, and you can really smell the onion scent out here now. And also that one down there look a little limp, but everything has been watered in and mulched in. And I went back to using cedar mulch. I noticed last year that's what I used, cedar mulch, and I didn't have as bad as a problem with the pests like I'm having now. I used cedar mulch during the fall and the spring season, and I did have some pests, but not as much. And I know cedar is supposed to be another thing that kind of keeps the pests away. And over here, we need all the help we could get. But yep, that is my fall. This is my fall tower. This is just what I'm calling it because of the colors that it is. I'm just calling it that because of these colors. And I picked these colors out, and all of these things were on sale. I bought individual pockets. I didn't buy like a 4-tier tower. I bought individual pockets. I bought 2 of the chocolate, then 2 of the little mint green. I'm not sure if this is even called mint green. That's just what I'm calling it. I'm not representing, I'm not affiliated with Greenstalk Garden, so I could say whatever I want to say. I don't have to get the names right. I'm not affiliated with them. But they do have a good product, so I don't mind talking about it and being a representative of that they have a good product. So I just call this mint green, and I'm pretty sure that's not what it is, but that's chocolate, and this is my little mint green. And like I said, I have 3 things trellised up. These are small trellis. But getting back to what I was saying is I bought these individually. I bought 2 chocolate and 2 green. I bought this maple water reservoir because it was on sale, and I bought this top. This is just called something green. I'm not sure. They keep this color all the time. This never goes out. This is like their main color. But in between, we have those little gray pockets. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Hold on. In between each pocket, starting down here, you have these gray water reservoirs. Now, when you order individually and you're not ordering a tower, you don't get this right here. You don't get this. So because I had already separated all of my towers, I had several of these left over. So I didn't have to worry about purchasing these just when I bought individual. Even if you buy 2, you still will need this in between because it does not stack right without this. And I have learned that. It does not stack right. You will have a hard time stacking them. They will stack, but it will not be right. And it's hard for some reason. This makes a difference being on the inside. So even if you decide, hey, I just want a 3-tier and I'm going to buy the ones that's on sale that they're not going to be having anymore. Like I think chocolate is going out. And so you'll know if it's going out when you get it, 1, because it'll be on a low. And 2, they'll tell you as is. So this was as is. I can't remember about this green one. I think it was because I think I bought everything that was on sale except for this top. And I already had the water reservoir. So just keep in mind, if you decide to buy individuals, catch them on sale like I did, the ones that's going out and they're not going to be making anymore, those are the ones to buy because I like this color. I put these together. I say, oh, this fall, this is make a good fall color. And then when spring come in, this mint green, that's the Easter green, So that's what I'm gonna call it when spring comes. My spring green tower, it'll be changing, and then you can mix and match your colors around here. I don't really care about the colors if they all match. This green don't match nothing in here. This maple don't match nothing. But what? It's gonna grow my food. So that's the most important thing. But just keep in mind if you decide to buy individual pockets that you would need this to go in between. It doesn't come with it. Now, unless you're buying a tower. If you're buying a 4-tier tower, you automatically get these. But I bought individual pieces. So I didn't have these. Hold on, this is Olivia. Hello, I'm recording. What's up? Huh? I said I'm recording. What's up? I already told them that's you on the phone, so they know I'm talking to you because I did not cut the camera. Oh, I'm doing something right now, child. So I he in there cooking breakfast for the girls. All right, bye. Child, she told me come get her. I'll come get her in between before I go back to harvesting. I'll stop and go get her. But I just wanted to share that with you, that if you buy individuals, and I'm going to tell you, I was shocked when I opened the box. I was like, dog, I didn't get the little great things. Oh, what am I doing? I'm going to have to order some. And then I thought about it. I came out here late last night. I told Olivia, come with me outside, because if you know me, then you know I'm not coming out here in the dark by myself. I don't care how much lights come on out here. I'm not going to be out here by myself. So she came out here with me, her and Janelle, and I looked, and I had like 7 of these. So that's perfect. I still have a few left if I decide to buy something else that's on sale. So I'm really trying to get away from a lot of grow bags. And the only thing that I know can take this place of a grow bag is one of these greenstalk towers. So, but the grow bags still have a lot of use because I can move them around. They don't have to have wheels. I can usually pick them up by hand because I don't have the 50-gallon one. I think the biggest gallon I have out here is probably the 7-gallon. So I'm trying to get things to where it's going to be comfortable for me to still have my garden in my older age. So I'm 56 now, getting ready to be knocking on 60 in a few more years. I don't want to be out here bending and, trying to lift heavy stuff. So I'm going to get spinners for these, or either I'm going to get the movers for them where I can just roll things around if I have it on this patio. But more than likely, I'll probably get spinners and stuff like that for them. Some kind of way that'll be easy for me to move them and to be able to move it by myself. That's how we need to prep our garden. Not just me, but anybody that's gardening and you doing container gardening, you need to think about that. Some of us are spring chickens, even in our 60s and 70s. We lift weights and everything like that. I'm really not that person. So I have to think about my garden according to how I am. So I know I definitely would need these on some kind of wheels or spinners so I can move them, because I want to be able to come out here and do things for myself. I don't want to have to call anybody and stuff like that. Which I got a son that got plenty of muscles, honey. He'll come over here and move anything I want him to. But I don't call him. If I can't really do it, I get my husband. And if it's something too heavy he can't do by himself, then we join in and we do it together. So that's just what I'm talking about, getting these greenstalk towers in here, replacing the raised beds, and making sure if you decide to order individual, that you know that if you want to stack them, you have to have this in between in order for them to stack right. I have made the mistake of stacking towers without these, and was wondering why I was having such a hard time. This thing makes a difference. It's made to be in between these stackables. So that's just it, guys. I'm in this little video here, and I'm gonna go pick up Olivia, then I'm gonna come back, then we'll harvest. All right, I'll see you in this garden later on today. All right, guys, that's it. That's the end of this work day over here in Glory's garden. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye now.